I may have already shared this on a previous Skype, but I did want to go over it again because it's come up in numerous ways. It just goes along the lines of the media and a lot of the stuff that's out there. And anyways, the experience goes, I used to watch this show, this little animated show. It's called Naruto. It's just about, kids basically getting into nonsense. They kind of, it's like a magic. They get, almost like they have magic abilities or something like that. Well, anyways, they do these things. They make these hand gestures, and they call them, I forget exactly what they call them, but they make these hand gestures, and essentially that's what activates their little abilities and all this stuff. Well, one time I was watching the show with a friend, and I remember I was just messing around. I was just kidding when I made the little hand symbols. I mimicked what I had seen on the show. And again, I didn't have any really intent to do anything with it. I just thought it'd be kind of funny to mimic it, just to laugh at it. So I just did it and let it go. It was no big deal. So I thought. But that later on that night, once my friend had gone home and then I, put the body down, I had this experience where I was laying on my back on the cement, it was almost like the black top of the cement, so that kind of relates to the earth. But again, I was laying on my back and I was looking up, and when I was looking up, it was just a clear blue sky, but all of a sudden, this dragon appeared. This dragon appeared out of the right hand side, and it turned the whole scene red and black when the dragon appeared. And this dragon started weaving through the sky. And as this dragon was weaving through the sky, all of a sudden this black cube came out of my pelvic region. So like right between my hips, right up below the belly button, this black cube came out of me, and it started floating in the air and it was spinning. And all of a sudden, when I'm looking at this cube and I'm looking at the dragon and in this scene, as I'm looking at the cube, it becomes something like almost like a mirror or like a television, to where I see these people doing the same hand symbols that I had seen in the show and that I had mimicked. Well, all of a sudden, when they started doing these symbols, I started doing the hand symbols too. And I realized that they needed my agreement to do those things, to not really consider it, just to do it. That through me doing it, I made this link for them to where they were able to carry out one of their rituals. Or that really I had partook in it mistakenly or really unaware. I wasn't aware. And it was something like a sacrificial ritual, something with a child. It was pretty horrific. I won't get into the details, but yeah, no, I remember after that happened, I must have sang the NUUU for 2 hours, and I just was like, oh no, what I get myself into, I did, but it really was a wake up for me, as to what not to do. Don't mimic these things, even if we're just kidding, because a lot of this is purposely planned deception. And in more ways than one, not only for our agreement, but just to sort of confuse us. But, even stuff like this, what I thought was just a silly little cartoon, kind of, it had its funny aspects, but what they were doing, I really didn't consider to have any substance. Was actually a part of something a lot bigger. And so, and I realized that everybody who watches this show and is doing these little hand symbols, because people kind of do them like a joke too, online and to their friends and whatever, they're partaking in these rituals. They're really enabling them to bring them into the physical realm. So it's very interesting, a lot of the stuff that's created. So I just wanted to share that, kind of go over that again.
Mr. Jeremy, see, that's very good. And yes, you see what's going on with everything, because they control the media, they control the industry, the TV and whatever, and internet. And so it would be good of you to, briefly go over your experience like that and warn people multidimensionally what they're doing, and the effects come about so through the consciousness. Explain that out there as to what's going on. And, because again, just like the Hitler Youth and whatever, they go after the young children, and they, especially with TV, they're subliminally controlled immediately. And even if they don't consciously do it here with the physical body, their other little bodies and their mind bodies and emotional bodies are doing it. They're doing that and taking part, thinking that it's fun. And so again, look at the cartoons and the creatures that they've created, etc., for people to accept. So I would say making a group on that would be very, very good with your experience, and to share that, yeah.
Yes, I've seen that I need to just make a group on Facebook to where I just update it consistently with my experiences. I was kind of not scolded by the boys, but they kind of, said, you're having this experience, but in a way you're being kind of selfish. You need to put this out there for people because there's people that need to see it. So I'm gonna make this Facebook group and just consistently update it with things that I see, little views, points, and certain other things. So yeah, there's that.
Yes, that's the idea here. So this is the whole idea of the Skypes, is not to just hang around and listen and, say a lot of words, but it's in the doing. And so until the person gets up and does it, just like a classroom, you got nothing. You've done nothing. And so again, this is where many people think that, well, I know the guides, I do the NUUU or whatever, but actually, what are you really doing? And so, yes, thank you. And that is that, yes, contact the world in many different ways. And this is what I've suggested. People write their own little book, at least 100 pages, and then how they came into the new presentation, do the Facebook groups, whatever. This is very simple stuff, accessible to everybody. And so each person can look at their daily lives. Do they, what are they really doing every day here? Why are you here? You came here to wake up, not just to have a happy little life and watch TV and have barbecues, etc. We've all gone through a lot of this nonsense, and especially as older people, they get so routine thinking that, well, I have a good life and the guys like me and whatever. Actually, they want you to get off your ass and do something. Really go get out there. Especially in the United States, the people in the United States are so saturated, so routine driven. It's time to get up and do it. And yeah, those experiences that you're having, yeah, they're precious. Let the world know. It's time to let the world know. And ever since I've stepped back from the corporation, well, I was excommunicated by Joni, of course, because she didn't like my ideas, but constantly confronting them. And recently we did this little thing on farmers. And so once in a while I bug them, etc., and face that too. And just like your experience, you see what she's doing. She's letting reptilians in to ruin people's lives. And most of the stuff that's going out in the world is ruining people's lives. So what we're doing is a very little trickle. So again, it gets more real. And that is that good luck for those people that think that, okay, well, I did the NUUU and I'll be going into the real universes. No such thing. You have to earn your way, and it's going to have to take up your whole life. That's just very, very real. And so you have this opportunity right now to step up and face it all. So yeah, every little thing that you do and share, yeah, you share it here, but share it with the world. Let them know. And as they come towards you, and you're going to get the love-hate thing, but you know what? You take it on. This is just how it is, and this is the real adventure and challenge. You need that so that you're okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing.